from Germany in Lower Saxony. They are on the far side, sitting with their sort of white T-shirts. And on the right-hand side, it is the Oxford University pair of Tas von Mueller and Tom Rigby.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. They have a lot of experience rowing together at Oxford, and how that works out between them and these two brothers here. Looks like they're hot off the pace here. You know, I wonder if the specialty of being brothers is going to help them sort of call on some more power in the boat.
Yeah, well, this Oxford pair, I don't think they would have done a lot of rowing together. I kind of really like Tas von Mueller, who sat in the bow of this boat. He was the Oxford president last year. Very calm guy, really solid. I thought he rowed really well in the 7th seat. Obviously, from Germany himself, he looks across there. And they've got the youngster in the stroke seat, Tom Rigney, that's 21 years of age.
Yeah, and I believe he raced in the Goblets last year and made it through to Friday. And he lost to a Dutch crew that made it through the semis. So.
Yeah, well, the winners of this are going to race the Dutch favourites, Nicky van Sprang and Guillaume Kromhoek, so that'll be interesting. But I'll tell you what, I didn't expect the Germans to be this competitive, this sort of deep into the race. We're still not at the barrier, so we've been rowing for about, let's say, a minute and a half, and it is a great race.
Yeah, I really like how they've stuck in there. It looks like the Oxford crew is starting to move out a little bit on them, maybe taking a move there. And I'm wondering if the Djekovic brothers can hang in there as they go through this move.
Yeah, I think we've answered it now, because if Oxford keep this move up, I think the crew from London Rowing Club.
Yeah, I really like the way the Oxford crew is rowing. It's really light. They're really accelerating from the catch.
When you say light, what do you mean by that?
So when you're in the boat, when you're putting that oar in the water, it can feel like the boat just settles down. That's when it's heavy. But when you get that pickup, when you get that connection, you can look at the connection in the lats of the bow seat of Mueller, and you can see he's getting a really powerful connection. You can look at the boat as it moves through the water, and these are a little choppy conditions.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really settle down into the water very much.
Yeah, I think the wind's settling down a bit today. I kind of been asking the coaches, what have you told your crews about the wind? And it's kind of, just make sure you don't cut your finishes and don't catch any crabs. But basically, rowing's an outdoor sport, get on with it. Henley's windy. You normally get crosswinds like this, get used to it. So.
Yeah, I mean, the crews that can really stay long, that means getting out at that catch. That's when you're up in that position like you're taking a squat and really power that stroke through the water. They're ones that'll be able to really deal with the rough conditions.
So we see the Mueller Rigney crew here. It's just a small club, Mueller Rigney, just about 230 members of the club. As we said in the start, in Lower Saxony, which is on the east side of Germany. But these two guys are Montenegrins, and that's why they're called Ovic. That's why the names are Ovic. Obviously, Montenegro, part of the former country that was called Yugoslavia, but it doesn't have a rowing federation. And one of the reasons that these guys entered Henley was basically to publicise rowing in Montenegro, which is pretty decent.
Well, they're here on, the third day of Henley and racing against two gentlemen from Oxford, Mueller and Rigney, who have a lot of experience. To be here on this stage, I think, is something special. Absolutely.
So Oxford still trucking. Of course, they're coached by Brendan Glidden, who was Sean Bowden's assistant coach. Sean Bowden, the legendary Oxford coach, who Oxford let go this year in search of trying to get a boat race win, which Oxford haven't had many of in the last few years. And we've got Mark Fangan Hall waiting in the wings, the Eton head of rowing, to come over and take the job at Oxford. Oxford got a lot of great recruits next year. They've got T-Mac, the New Zealand sculler, who Oxford are so chuffed they've nicked him from Cambridge, because I think Cambridge thought he was coming there. They got Nicholas Cole, who's the stroke of the Italian four that's going for a medal in the Olympics. So really strong squads for Oxford University next year.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough position to step into. A lot of pressure to come into that position with the expectations that there's going to be a turnaround. So, but right now, these two young men, Rigney and Mueller, rowing pretty well. Looks like they're comfortably in the lead here. And settling down. There's a great shot you can see right down the course. I love the shots where you can see the church in the background, and you know, it's just
yeah,
quintessential Henley.
It's iconic, isn't it?
Iconic. That's the word I was looking for.
It's an iconic shot. It's an iconic course, an iconic part of the world, and that is the money shot.
And now I'm hungry for some fish and chips, as you can see that on the screen there. But yeah, I really like, you know, it looked at the beginning there like the Djekovic brothers were hanging in there. But it looks like the little bit of that experience, you know, from Mueller and Rigney sort of helped them pull through here.
I think you're spot on. You talked about Rigney's experience in this event going through to the Friday last year. And that's worth loads, you know, particularly in these conditions, a bit of headwind and things like that. And Tas von Mueller, very cool, calm head. I mean, that's why he took on the responsibility of being the Oxford president in 2023. And you put that combination together and, you know, you get a decent pair.
Yeah. Now, how is the Oxford president elected? Is that from the team?
Well,
or is that...
yeah, that's a great shout, because Tom McIntosh, the New Zealand sculler, the Olympic gold medalist from Tokyo in the 8s in 2021, he is the new president.
Yeah.
He's never been to Oxford. Oxford have got a new coach who's never been there. They've got a new president who's never been there. But to answer your question, I think that the president is elected by the rowers and the squads. So I don't know whether, you know, we said, look, we've got this Olympic gold medalist and, you know, potential medalist in the single sculls at Paris coming to you. We need his experience. It would be foolish not to have him as president. Maybe the message went out, but T-Mac's a great guy, and he'll be really up to that job.
Yeah, there's definitely something in the leadership from someone that has that type of focus and has that sort of bona fides.
So I can look out of the window in this fantastic commentary position at Henley Royal Regatta, and just to the left of the course on the buck station, it is the Oxford pair who have eased off now. Tas von Mueller looking round, as is Tom Rigney, for the finish line. It's nearly there, lads. You've just got a couple of strokes to go. That's not going to hurt you. They're still looking round. Yeah, you think they might know where it is. The buzzer goes, and von Mueller and Rigney from Oxford University beat Djekovic and Djekovic from Mueller Rigney in a heat of the silver goblets. Congratulations there from von Mueller to Rigney. Confirmation on the screen of that result in the heat of the silver goblets and Nickalls.